matplotlib. Okay, and we looked at the what are the different types of plots we could do. One being the maybe a simple plot, scatter plot. We looked into yesterday the bar chart actually. That's where we stopped actually. So I told that I'll be discussing two or three more things. One being the your histogram, okay. One being the histogram, and other one being your pie chart and the area chart. We look into these three types of charts today. So what is this actually histogram means? So say for example, I'll give a very simple example. Say I have a sample size. So histogram. Let me discuss on the histogram. And we'll try to write a program for it. Histogram means, say I have a sample of around 250 people. Let me take 250 people, and you are trying to measure their height. Okay, so 250 people are there. You are trying to measure their height. Measure the height of the people. Okay, in meters. See, if you try to measure the height of the people, so how many are, see, if you try to measure them in terms of meters or centimeters, whatever it may be. If I try to measure in terms of meters, say how many people are in between a particular range. So let it be some, how many are between maybe 1.4 meter to 1 point, okay, then how many are between 0.5 meter. So look at this. I have a step size of 0.5 meter, 0.05 meter. Sorry, I can go up to maybe how many people are between. We will have 1 point. Tall guy is 2 meters. A short guy is around 1.2 or 1.3 meters or 1.4 meters. Now, if you look at the two people, if you look into it, maybe some four people are in the range of 1.4 to 1.45 meters. Some five people are in the range of between 1.45 to 1.5 meters. Say around 15 people are there. Then around 25, around 30, like this I can go. Maybe at the end, oh, the tall guys may end up with some 5 people. Now, if you read this particular, that is called program. Or yesterday I told that one more example I gave that, say some kind of maybe 90 or 90 to 85, 85 to 80, 80 to 75. How many people are scoring? Very similar to that. So on x-axis I will have the, on x-axis I will have something, on y-axis I will have something. What I will be having on x-axis? X-axis I will be having the height. Okay, height I will be having on x-axis. Number of people on, so let me call it as small n or capital N on the y-axis. Now, if I try to plot here, say 0, so maybe somewhere I'm starting with. So I may start with 1.4 meter, 1.5 meters. So, okay, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, like this I can go. Okay. Now, if you try to plot it here, the range, okay, between 1.45 are there. Say if I take people are there, so if I try to put it on x-axis, 10, 50, 30, like just something. So here I go here 1.4 to 1.45. If I 5 to, so 1.15 people are. So just I will go here and I can plot it. So like this I can go and finish off my plot. I may be getting something like this. This is what your histogram. Okay, I can color it. I can color this particular thing. So this is something. So if I want, this is what we call it as an histogram. Or each thing, if you want division, if you look at it, this may be your histogram. What is happening now? This is your histograph or histogram, what we call. This is your histogram. What does it tell? At a particular range or particular rate, how many people are there? And in your matplotlib, we have a simple, okay, in matplotlib, we use hist, okay, to create hist function programs, to create, okay. If I want to plot it actually, if I want to plot this particular thing, so this particular distribution on a simple your histogram chart, what should be my simple program? I should be able to write this particular thing. So now what should I use actually? So import your matplotlib dot maybe pyplot, okay, as PLT or PL, whatever it may be, PLT or PL, whatever it may be. Then if you are using mathematics, I can import NumPy as this thing, okay, whatever it may be. Then I should be able to have the data. Okay, I should be able to have the data. What should be my data? Data I should have it. Say for example, what data I have actually on x-axis what I want to put. So x-axis on what I have on the y-axis. So if I put on this thing height, okay, height. So let me put HP. Yeah, something I want to put. I'm height list. A list actually. Say someone meter 1.4. Then the data is something like this. So I can start with 1.4, 1.42, 1.43, 1.44. Okay, 1.44, then 1.46, 1.48, like this I can go up to 2 meters. So all the 250 people data I should have it. All the 250 people I should have it. Now what should I have on the x-axis? So what should be there by this thing? It is the people. So what should be there actually? I should be able to have all these people. Then if I call them as actually people or something like that. So number or something, num or something I want to call. Okay, I can start it. I'm starting with 0, maybe 10, 20, whatever it is. So how many people are there? See 1.4 to this particular thing. Either I can give this particular thing, I can give this number. So 4 people are there. Okay, 1.4 to 1.4, 1.4 to 1.43, this particular thing. So this particular thing, I give this 4 people. So 1.45 to 1.45, it is 5 people. So this is 5 people. This is the data. So this data I should be able to give here. Okay, this data. So this is for a reference. This is for a reference. I'm having the data. This is from your file. Okay, if you want, you can comment it or whatever it may be. I'm trying to measure it. Now this particular data, it is 4, 5, this thing and all I'll move to give. So it will be 4, 5, 10, 15, 25, whatever it may, I'm going to put the data. That is your numbers. Okay, then that is the height actually. Now what you want to put on the x-axis, so some x-axis I can put it as x. I can start with what I want actually on this particular thing. I can start with 0, maybe 1, 1.0, 1, 1.1, 1.22, 1.3, like that I can go up to some 2 meters, whatever it is, on the x-axis. Okay. Now I need to plot. What I need to plot actually? I need to plot histogram of what actually? It is your num versus your x. Okay. Now, what is the type of the histogram I'm looking at actually? It is hist type. It is bar. If you want, I can go with a bar or whatever it may be, I can tip it. It's a bar type of a thing. Then if you want, you can give width actually. If you want, you can give width, or if a default width will come, or if you want to define, you can give the depth as some 0.5 or whatever it may. It's an optional. It is not mandatory, it's an optional. I can give that width actually. So it is width in your pie plot. Here we are to give it as R width. Okay. Then you the same thing, other things, X label, Y label, title, legend, all those things. But this is has to follow by PLT show. So the moment you put this particular code, PLT show, the plot will come up. So what the plot will look like? The plot will look like something like this. I'll be getting an histogram of this particular thing. So I should able to, this is a reference, what this particular thing is a reference, height, all those things. What I'm trying to put now, this is for your, this thing, how many of 250 people data. So you are trying to count how many people are between 1.4 to 1.45, all those things. This is the data. You have to plot this versus this using a histogram. Because histogram is used to show the range, how many are there, in that we are trying to plot it. Okay, this is how the histograms are done. Is that clear? Now, the next type of plot what we will be looking at is the pie charts. Okay. Now, what is this pie chart actually? See, pie chart means the next type of chart is pie chart. Okay. Now, so I'm going to draw a circle like this. I want to draw a circle. Okay, this is a pie. So I have to start with some reference. So start with some reference. So start point, let it be somewhere here. Usually start point will be either 0 degrees or 90 degrees, whatever it is. So from this start point, okay, this is, we call it as start. I'll be dividing it into different slices. Okay, different slices. Like this may be one slice. Okay, this may be another slice. Okay, then this may be another slice. Each may be of different values. Each are of different values. So to obtain this in matplotlib, we use a function. So to plot pie chart, okay, to plot pie chart in matplotlib, we use what we call it as pie function. PIE, pie function is used. Okay, pie function is used. So now this pie function, how this particular thing will work actually. So let me look into one simple program and try to understand. So simply you can do it actually, but there are some extra features you people can add. Okay, now the first code is always import. The first line of your code is actually always import matplotlib dot pyplot as PL or PLT, whatever it may be. You import it as something. Now look at this particular thing. So how many slices you give whatever the name you want. Okay, you give the name whatever you want. Maybe you call that as a slice. Okay, you call that as a slice or whatever it may be, you call it. And if you want, you can give color also. Okay, and it can show some percentage also, all those things. So the values can come in that particular fashion. So now, if you look at it actually, say that slice, no. So what is the portion it's going to take? So what is the portion it's going to take? That we have to look at. So now, suppose if it is of particular percentage. Okay. So now, usually what we try to use here is actually we use the import numpy actually. Import, because it's a mathematical thing, numpy as empty. That's most of the times it will be the thing. So let me call that the pie plot as some y or plot or slice or whatever it may. Let me define that as a slice. Few books they call it as Y. I import MP dot, it's an array. So whenever I use numpy, it becomes an array. So numpy of what are the percentage? Say this is of, let it be some 40. Okay, this is of some 42. So this is of some 20. Okay, you add up everything. If you add up everything, it should become 100. So this is 32. Sorry, 30, 32. Okay, this is 30, 32. Okay, 60. So 80, 82. So this is of 80. I'm just showing some numbers. Okay, close it. The moment you do this, actually, that I'm defining the percentage, whatever I have. Okay, I'm trying to show that actually. I'm trying to show what is the percentage that is particular thing is happening. Our percentage is happening. If you want to label, you can label it. Okay, this is, say, if you want to plot this, simply I will go and plt dot PIE, just put it, and plt dot show, you're going to get the plot. Say, for example, I want to name this. So I want to name this. What I'm going to do actually, I'm going to call that as some label. Let me call it as my label. Let me call it as a my label. Okay, my label. And let me define that. What is my label under this? So let it be some kind of a fruits. Some kind of a fruits. Let it be first thing be let it be so banana. Okay, the second one be orange. Okay, the third one be some kind of a maybe we can call it as pomegranate, or maybe we can have the kiwi fruit, and maybe the fourth one, let it be mangoes. Let it be, no problem. So I have 4 data. So just for this thing, I'm giving is a some kind of a label to it, and I'm calling it. Now, if you want to have this particular thing, so what I will do, just go here in the pie, I'm going to define that. So what you have to define here? So earlier I had to define. So earlier in the previous thing, it was only slice. The previous thing should have been slice actually. Now here, I'm going to define it as labels as my label. So the moment I give this particular thing, so what is going to happen actually, I'm going to get here. Say for example, the first thing is here. It will going to give banana here, orange, okay, here kiwi, here it is going to be, it will show that. It will get different colors. So the moment I try to this particular thing, it is going to give some color. Okay. So you have an option to where exactly you want to start. See, by default, this start angle is 0 degrees. By default, this is my start angle. Sometimes, say for example, I want to start my plot from 90 degrees. I want to start from 90 degrees. Okay, this is my 90 degrees. This is from 180 degrees. This is your 270 degrees. I want to start from 90 degrees. I don't want it to be by default thing. So what I want to do actually, the same thing, this particular code, this particular thing, I will write it as plt dot py. Okay, it is slice. The first line is slice. Then labels is equal to my label. Okay, start angle is equal to 90. So by default it is 0. Now I have made 90 degrees. Okay. Now there are cases where I want to explode a particular thing. Okay, I want to explore a particular thing. Okay. Now, so say for example, the particular wedge, say we call this, these are called as wedges. Maybe pure mechanical terms, we call this as a wedge. So I want to explore the first one. Okay, I want to explore the first one. I can do that. So you want to explore that. or you want to create a shadow, I can create a shadow. Okay, I want to explode the first thing. The first one is your, maybe the banana, I want to explode. Okay, first one I want to explode. That is how to do that actually. See, after your my label, after your my label, so if I want to explode it, so I can add a code for that. Okay, this is for mango. So what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to give some my explode or this thing, my explode. What do you want to do actually? You have to explode the first one. Okay, so you want to explode the first one, that is, you have 4 data. So you want to explode it by some particular thing. So wedge of 0.2 or 0.3 or 0.1 from the center of the pile. Okay, I want to explode the first one. So let it be some 0.2, only banana 0, 0, 0. So now what will happen in this particular case? So if this is the thing, suppose this particular thing. So what will happen, say I have this banana like this. So banana is like this, so it is from 0. What will happen? Only this particular portion. So only this particular portion, whatever is there, this gets exploded. So by this will look like something like this. What it's going to look like? So this will be your thing. Okay. This will be your one part. Okay. This will be your one part, and I'm going to explode by 0.2 times. That is, just I'm going to only the first part. You can give 0.1 or 0.2, doesn't matter. That means 10% or 20% like that. That's it. Say if I want to explode the second one, I want to explode orange. So what I'm going to do? Just go make this as 0. I will make this as 0.2 or 0.1, whatever it may be. So then this portion, whatever we have now, this portion get exploded. If I want to do for the third one, that gets exploded. So if you want to do that, what I need to go, and in your label, I need to change. So you need to write it actually. So if you want to do that, what I have to do, it is plt dot py, it is slice labels is equal to my label, okay, explode is equal to my explode. If we define it, those things get exploded. So sometimes you have to add a shadow to it. What is the shadow actually? Shadow means this particular portion. See, this particular portion, whatever I would say, for example, if I try to, the portion is there, no? This portion, whatever the exploded thing, I can have a shadow of it. What the shadow means? I'll be getting some kind of this particular view I'm going to get. Okay, I'm going to get a shadow of this particular thing. Only the exploded portion, if you want to do that. I can do that. If I want to do that, what I should do? Just go here. After this explode, I can comma shadow is equal to true. By default, it will be false. By default, that will be false. If I just put shadow is equal to true, I will get the shadow view of it. Is it possible for me to see, if I don't define anything, it will take some default colors. Or you want to define the colors. This is the colors what I want. This is the colors I want. See, color option you can give. Say, as I told, red, green, blue, yellow, pink, all those things you can give. Okay, I can give my colors, I can define it. So if you want to define it, so my explode is just similar to that. What I will do, I can go, I can define my colors. Okay, I can define black, green, red, yellow. I can define it. Or if you want, you can give the short form of it also. For I think for black we have K, for green we have G, for red we have R, for yellow we have Y. That also you will take. And one extra thing what we have is actually you can define the that particular hexadecimal number of that particular number. I think you have this actually. It comes with some hash. Say for example, I'm trying to some number I'm saying ACAF50. I think if you go to some color palette, you will get this number. You will go to some color wheel palette, no? You will get some this particular number. Even that number you can define here, and your Matplotlib is intelligent enough to take that particular number and show that color on your pie chart. Okay, so what you have to do here in that case, what you have to just go here. So instead of this particular thing, just I have to show. So you have to show COLORS colors is equal to my color. What I want to do. Okay, whatever you want to define, you have to define. So you will get in the color what you are defining. Say for example, I want to get it a white color, I can give W. If you want to give magenta, I can give M. If I want to give cyan, I can give C. If I want to give green, it is small g. That also I can give. So sometimes we may have to give legends also. So legend, see, is very similar to whatever we have, no labels. I can give labels. So you can give the labels, whatever you have the labels you are defined, no? That particular thing I can give as a legend. So just go and have this particular thing, just give plt dot legend. So you will get a legend column here. Say I'm going to get banana, orange, kiwi and mango with colors. Okay, a legend, you're going to get it. Or you want to have a title for that legend. Okay, see here in the beauty of this particular pie chart in Python is, say I want to give the title for the legend. So I can give actually. So plt dot legend. So you can tell that title is equal to, so fruits. So the moment you define what will happen here, I am going to get the title as, in the legend I am telling fruits, then I am going to get color, 4 colors with banana, okay, banana, orange, kiwi, so banana, kiwi, orange, mango. What are I going to define, it will come. So whatever you want, see, the customization of your pie chart or some of the plots is fantastic in your Matplotlib. All these things you people can do in your Matplotlib. So that's an advantage. That's the beauty of your Matplotlib. That this particular thing. Is that clear? So I think the next type of plot what we have to look at is actually it's the area plot. Okay. So area plot it plays a very important role. Okay, area plot actually it's nothing but I'm having some kind of a data. I'm having some kind of a data. Yesterday I was telling you, giving you some kind of a data, something like if a person speaks, maybe sleeps for 24 hours, is sleeping for so many hours, is eating for so many hours, working for so many hours, playing for so many hours. If he is dancing, all the activities I can do it. Simple example I can do. Say for example, here let me take it for some 4 or 5 days. Okay, let me sum. So the last type of plot what we look at is, maybe one more plot we look at, that is scatter plot. So let me look into area plot. Okay, the area plot is, so if you want to plot it, maybe the code will something like this. Import, anyway, the same thing is a default thing, matplotlib dot pyplot as PL or PLT, whatever it may be. Now let me go with the same thing yesterday what I discussed, days. So let me take it for from 5 days or 6 days. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 days. Okay, then sleeping, let me call it as SLP. So first person on first day, so maybe a particular person is sleeps for maybe 7 hours, 8 hours, few will sleep for 6 hours, few may sleep for maybe 10 hours, another one guys will sleep for 7 hours, maybe other one can sleep for maybe around 6 hours or 5 hours, whatever it may be. Then eating. So let me put it as eat. Okay, the same data. So it's eating is for maybe 2 hours, 1 hour, 4 hours, 3 hours, maybe 1 hour and 1.5 hour, whatever it may be. I'm trying to give. Then working. Let me call it as work. Okay, so few may work for 10 hours, one may work for 8 hours, 9 hours, maybe 8 hours, 7, 6 hours like this. I have such data. Maybe other activities, maybe playing, dancing and all. Let me put it as some OTH. Okay. Now, the beauty, what you have to do, you have to look at for, I see, the first person, if you added 10 plus 2, it's 12, 12 plus almost 8, 12 plus 8 is 20. So, other activity is 4 hours. So, here 8 plus 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay. Yes, 5 hours. So, 9 plus, so 6 plus 4, 19, 20, 21, 22. He has only 2 hours for other activities. So, the other person, the fourth person, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17 plus 8, almost. Yes, it doesn't have any hours at all. Okay. Then if you look at the next person, it is 7 plus 5. It is 12, 13 plus 7, 20. Yes, 4 hours. So 12 plus 18, 19.5. Yes, 4.5 hours. Like this, I have a set of data. Now, I need to plot this particular thing. If you want to plot it, actually, you have to go with what is called as stack plot. See, if you want to plot it, so I use what is called as plot stack plot. The area plot is given by stack plot. What it is actually, the stack plot I am going with days, sleeping, eating, work and others. Okay. Then if you want, you can give colors also. So I can give colors. So for 5 colors I can give. So let me give it as some magenta, green, blue, yellow and black. Okay. So 6 colors. No, one more color is missing. So let me put it as cyan. Okay. I define these colors and close the bracket. So I can define this particular thing and I can get whatever the plot I want. Okay, I can plot it. So I can, so before this is for the stack plot. This is for the stack plot what I'm trying to do. If you want, you can plot it. If you want, you can use a simple plot also to get, see, if you want to plot it actually, this is for the stack plot. If you use the same thing instead of this particular thing, I can get a plot like this. So that's a regular thing now what we have used, that also I can use. Where you will be getting what is called as your XY plot or something, that also can be used. So once you have this, actually, other things like I can define the label, I can define the X label, Y label, title, legend, all those things, those are things are required. So I am going to use stack plot to obtain area plot. So area plot, how it looks like? It looks something. Yesterday I showed, no? So I'm going to have this particular thing. So the first thing I'm going to have some kind of a magenta color. Okay. So magenta color. So let me. So it will go like this. Okay. So everything is under. This will be in the magenta color. So then green actually. So just I'll go on. I may be having this thing green. So this is completely green color. So this is how you are going to get your stack plot. So stack plot are used to show such areas actually. It's a two-dimensional plot. To show such areas, we take it. Okay. Maybe the last thing what I want to discuss is a scatter plot. Okay. The last thing, and we'll try to wind up. What is the scatter plot? Okay. Scatter plot. Okay. What is it actually? Maybe I have a data and all the data will be scattered. So if I want to write a code for this, the code will be something like this. Import matplotlib dot pyplt plot as PLT. Okay, then I have some data. Let me have some data. X is equal to some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, some 6 data. Then y is equal to some 5, 4, 8, 7, 6, 5. Some data, random data I'm doing. To use this particular thing, I want to get this data. The simple function what I'm going to do is PLT scatter. Scatter, okay, scatter. I'm going to, what is the thing I need to define? Your variables are the data xy, and if you want you can define the label also. I can define, so that's your label. I can go to this is, let me call it as it is scatter plot, some name I'm giving. Okay, then if you want you can give the color. Okay, color is equal to, let it be some green or black, whatever it may be. Okay, then here if you want you can give marker, or you can, this should be enough. This is by default, this will work. This will work actually, this should work actually. So this will work. Just I'm giving some color and scatter plot and giving the data. So what does this do actually? It's going to take your, so data is going to take like this. So you have your, you can define the labels X and Y or title, all those things. What it's going to give actually, you can give a marker. If you want, you can give that size, all those things. Default it will be blue color or something. What it's going to do, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is how it's going to show the data. For x is equal to 1, y is equal to some 5. So x is equal to 1, so y is equal to 5. Okay, so it will go and plot data here. So it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 5. I'm going to get it. So x is equal to 2, y is equal to 4. X is equal to 3, y is equal to 8. Then x is equal to 4, y is equal to 7. Then x is equal to 5, y is equal to 6. Then x is equal to 5, y is equal to 6. Sorry, x is equal to 6, y is equal to 5. Like this. So some scatter data. This is called a scatter, and you will get a legend. This is a scatter plot. You are going to get it. So this is how you can create a scatter plot. So like this you can create, if you want you can create the, there is something called as a subplot also. What is a subplot actually? One plot is inside the other. Okay, subplot is very, very helpful. So subplot, we call that as multiplots. Okay, so to create a multiplot, what we try to do actually, we call that as subplotting. Subplotting. So few books they call it as subplot or multiplot. What is it actually? If I want to use it actually, say here I'm going to take the area. Say for example, the function what I'm going to use it actually, it is PLT subplot. PLT subplot. How many you want? How many things you want actually? How many? Say for example, I want to go. How many plots you want? Say I want to go with 2 number of plots. Okay, if I define, okay, 2, 1, 1, what do you mean by it actually? I am going to define like this. Okay, so I'm going to get a plot like this. Okay, 1, 1. So if I want, so PLT subplot 2 plots, so this will be 1, 2. So this plot corresponds to this one. This plot corresponds to, I have 2 plots. The position is 1, 1. This is position is 1, 2. What do you mean by it actually? It's just like I'm creating an array. The same plot if I want it something like this. So I want it, the same plot if I try to change it, PLT subplot, same 2 plots with, so with I can give it as, it is, this is actually 2, 1 or yeah, 2, 1, okay, PLT subplot, okay, 2, 2. So in that case, what's going to happen? See, first column, first row, first column. So in that case, what I'm going to get actually, even though I have allocated a space, I'm getting like this. So this plot corresponds to this one, this plot corresponds to this one, and I will be having an empty space here. Even though I have allocated this particular space, but I'll be getting an empty space. So I can go for multi-plots, or we call it as a subplots. This is how you can get it using matplotlib. See, whatever the functionality we used to get it using your MATLAB, I think